Greetings, DVP here, and I just want to show you this fight against these horrible mystic dragons that you find in this particular fight. Access denied, Musclehead Colloseum at the Gold Saucer. So we're in chapter 9, I believe, the planet stirs. So this is just after some additional bouts have been added to the Colosseum. So you won't get this fight first time round. Probably the first time that you'll come here, you'll be about level 35 if you haven't been doing any grinding. This strategy that I'm going to show you works even at lower level than I am currently. So I'll show you the layout, so or who we're going to be using. So it's actually the ladies. So Yuffie, Aerith, and Tifa are the stars of the show, particularly Aerith. So I've got equipped to Tifa, I've got her Kaiser Knuckles. And what is useful to have, if possible, is this concentration with 50% chance of activation. It's useful, but it's not actually essential. And I'll show you the actual materia that I've got on them. So wind with elemental is pretty important for Tifa, and that's kind of all that you really need with Tifa. Prayer is useful, but honestly with this strategy, you're not going to need to do any healing. Time is extremely important for Yuffie, and then you want empowerment as well. So that's really handy. These three, but particularly time and empowerment. Now, all of these are important with Aerith. She's the star of the show, so you want magic efficiency with wind. I mean, the magic efficiency, this part isn't too essential, but what really is magnify with wind. That's very, very important. You want to have ATB boosts with her. So I've suggested ATB boost with Tifa, just in case you need it. If you've only got one, then give that to Aerith, because that is important. A couple of MP ups are useful, and then again, very important, ideally if you've got a max level first strike, that would be good. We're going to be using Aurora, so you want a level 2 wind. If you don't have that, then this strat probably won't really work for you. So that's the setup. That's all that you really need to know as far as that's concerned. What I'll do now is jump into the actual fight straight away. So as I say, it's access denied, and it's Yuffie, Tifa, and Aerith. And I'm only going to show you the first round. I'm not going to show you the second round, because actually it's the first round that's really difficult. The second round is actually quite easy, believe it or not. Don't know why that is. So to start with, it's useful to know that Yuffie actually isn't going to be targeted. So you want her to be your team leader. You're going to just run right to the back. And all of this, by the way, this first part is quite scripted. It happens the same every time. You can see Aerith has already got an ATB because of the first strike materia, which is good. Now, when you get to the back, you want to see who they're targeting and who they're about to attack. That's pretty easy. You just look at who they are looking at, and then you throw your shuriken at one. That'll aggro that one towards you, and then you just do 1, 2, and 3 attacks at the other. And that'll get that one to go towards Yuffie as well. I'm just going to quickly do a fourth because we want 1 ATB so that we can immediately put haste on Aerith. So that is important. And then here with Aerith, she's now being hasted up, which is good. We're going to jump over to her and then use your ATB boost to get 2 ATB with her. Run her right up to the very edge. It doesn't matter where exactly, but she needs to be hugging that wall, and put Radiant Ward down. Now, as soon as Radiant Ward has been requested, so to speak, you want to cast Aurora. Now, the important thing is that they're both relatively close to one another, ideally at the other end of the Colosseum. So that is where they are now, so this should work, and all of this is pretty much totally scripted. And so now she's going to cast Aurora. That's going to do a couple of things. First of all, it's going to put some pressure on them, but most important, it's going to drag them to where Aerith is, which, as you can see, is at the blue corner, the opposite end. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to Yuffie as Aerith is casting Aurora. Just going to block because I think she's under attack. Okay. So you can see how powerful these guys are. I mean, they've done some of their most powerful moves. You're not usually going to be this damaged at this point, but it really doesn't matter. So as soon as they are teleported to the other end, you want to use Ninja Bazooka to make sure that Tifa stays exactly at this end of the Colosseum. We don't want her running up, because now the point is we want to keep them together. as much as possible. So Ninja Bazooka with Tifa, and then you want to do Fox Flame with Aerith, and you just cast that at full charge against one of them, ideally the one that's got slightly less pressure on its gauge, and then jump over to Aerith and throw off just like one attack. But when they get about halfway, about where they are now, it's crucial that you use her unique ability, which is Ward Shift, to bring her back to the Radiant Ward, which is at the opposite end. And you can see that one's now having to turn around because it's needing to come back. And so you're going to probably be getting the idea of what we're going to be doing. Now, any second now, she's going to get some ATB. There we go. And because she's been hasted up, she should always have ATB at this point. And now we're going to do Aurora. We're basically going to do the same thing and bring them to where we are right now and jump over to Yuffie. So now they're both going to be dragged towards the Radiant Ward, and we're going to follow this sequence of events. Now we're going to put haste on Yuffie because she needs to be pretty quick, and they're both going to get dragged to the Radiant Ward. And again, I've just, with Ninja Bazooka, taken Tifa over to keep her away, because if she starts attacking them, then it desyncs them, and we need them to be synced up. And again, now I'll pick the one with less pressure, and then just with Fox Flame, pull Aerith over and do a couple of attacks on that one, and then zip her back. And now you're getting the idea of what we're doing. So now Aurora again. Now two of them have haste, but Tifa doesn't have haste. Now the more important thing with Tifa is that she has bravery. That's more important because it'll do more damage when they're staggered. So I'm going to give her bravery. I'm just going to go over to her now and activate her ATB boost. So I'm glad that we got that. Concentration did not activate, meaning that we need her to use the boost as soon as possible and get to Chi level 2 using Unbridled Strength, which we're going to do now. Go back to Yuffie, and as soon as they've been zipped over in that direction, pull Tifa over towards you, and then now we can see Mystic Dragon A is quite a bit less pressured than Mystic Dragon B. So we're going to do Fox Flame and a couple of attacks against Mystic Dragon A. Zip back and repeat. Now with Yuffie, what we're going to do is we're going to give haste to Tifa. And it's at this point that we'll also put her in Wind Ninjutsu, since they are vulnerable to wind. Teleport her over. Now, this one's very close to being staggered. This is unusual, by the way. Usually they're very much at the same sort of point. So it's likely that we're only going to get to stagger one of them. Or they're going to be staggered at slightly different times. So, but that's absolutely fine. What we'll do is we'll target Mystic Dragon A. Throw off a couple of attacks. Zip her back. Continuing to target Mystic Dragon A. Now that they're quite close to being staggered, we want Aerith, and this is why we gave her haste, we want her to cast Aurora twice in a row. So here we'll go once, and here we'll go twice. Now the reason why we're not using an Arcane Ward to do this, by the way, is because it desyncs them. I don't know why, it's maybe a little bit glitchy, but it always seems to desync them, which isn't ideal. So now I'm going to jump back over to Yuffie, and I'm just going to add a little bit of extra pressure on this one. And then we're going to start running over with Aerith. With Tifa. And now, as you can see, they're both right next to each other. So when we start doing Omni Strike and Unbridled Strength, we're hitting them both at once, which is fantastic. And by the way, just a little note, Omni Strike is more effective than going all the way to Chi level 3 and using Rise and Fall. Don't ask me why, but actually just starting from Chi level 2 is better than starting from Chi level 3 when they're both staggered. Now, often you'll find that this is the end of the fight. Now, because they were not 100% in sync, they are in fact going to survive. What we'll do, because we're perfectly equipped for the scenario, is use Divine Punishment, which is between and I'm glad I get to show you this, because often they don't survive this far, but if they do, just Divine Punishment, they're clumped together, so that should hit both of them. Then we go over to Yuffie, and the reason why we gave her Wind Ninjutsu was for exactly this sort of scenario. It means that now we can use her to do some extra damage. So what we're going to use is Windstorm, so we're now hitting them with everything. Now the way Windstorm works is it goes off wherever the shuriken is, so you need to throw the shuriken, it needs to embed in one of them, then you use it, the shuriken comes back to you, and then every time you use it, it'll go off and it gives her back ATB, and if you got haste, it gives her back even more ATB, which is fantastic. Now there's only one of them left. In the very rare scenario that they have a lot more health or there's still longer to go, you've also now got ATB with Tifa, and she can just use Reverse Gale, and as long as they're clumped, it'll hit both of them. And by this point, it's extremely surprising or very rare that it goes beyond this point. Most of this fight is scripted, but again, you've got Reverse Gale available in case you need to use it. But for now, I think we're just going to finish the fight with another Windstorm and just arrive, and then just... Oh, it actually survived. That's fine.
That's a good word to describe me.
Down it goes. So I hope that you found that helpful. I will just show you the fight itself now, so you can see it without commentary. Thanks for watching.
Get lost! Here I go! Good to go? I'll show you what I can do. I guess your strength. Gotta get windy. Can you? If you insist. Come on now! Let me out! You good? Nice one! Don't let me down! So it's my turn? Looking for me? You won't regret this! Let's hustle! Feel me proud! I got it! If you insist, then straight! You good? I got you! Alright, I'll show you what I can do! You can... I'm your one-stop progress shop! Try and keep up! There's more to me than meets the eye! Let's... Got you! You ready? Do me proud! I'll take care of them! It's your turn! You're in good hands now! Weather this! Bomb, let me out! Ready? You ready? How about you show us what you got? Over here! You've got this. Let me handle this. Gotta take